Hey everyone, welcome to the Sound Test podcast. This is your host, Bryan here, and I'm joined with Clayton.
It's freezing out here. Had my first snow day and it was -1 degrees yesterday.
I think that was the most normal intro you've ever done.
I'm trying a more mature approach. Just one time for the one time. For the rest of the year, it's gonna be fucking chaos. Expect that.
I think it's because it's getting colder and colder. He's getting more bitter.
I'm humble. Literally, I'm being humbled by this goddamn cold because being born in Florida, -1 degrees, unheard of. But out here,
Just equate it to like stepping out of the shower
no,
into into cool,
no, it's
AC.
worse. It's still worse when I get out the shower, because getting out the shower when it's -1 degrees outside and one of your roommates is like, you know what, I'm going to turn off the AC. I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to turn everything off, and I'm like, I'm over here shivering like a chihuahua that's malnourished and shit.
Once that wind hit your bare ass when you get out the shower.
Get the shakes, boy. Can't do anything.
I just took a sip of my water.
Joined by Max.
Guess you don't gotta go to work tomorrow.
I guess it's how y'all felt when we had extreme flooding and rain here in Broward, and they just had to cancel schools because it was just too much rain. But y'all getting too much snow and severe weather, and we just have
It's
rain.
not enough snow. It's not.
We're not getting a drop of snow. Not a snowflake from the sky, and they cancel school. That's what I love to see. Man, I'm not complaining about it.
He's seen my snow. I watched it from all 16 balconies on my floor.
And we're joined by DeYante. Well, you got 2 hours. Okay, so when they said the 2-hour delay, does that mean y'all still have to do the full time, or is just 2 hours of your day just shaved off and you don't make that up?
I'm saying
2 hours of the day is shaved off, and we don't make that up. So the two classes that I would.
so. Y'all really just have a short day. That's what it is.
It's basically early release.
Yeah,
But it
right.
still
Early
feels like
release.
it. The problem is the one that like my first period of the day is my planning block.
Dang.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Crying, screaming, throwing up. Not only from you, but from your students.
Yeah.
The disappointment for all the audio listeners is a disappointment in this man's face.
He had a week last week.
Man, that first week back, I remember that. Like, you can not get back into the groove after only 1 week back.
So let's fully introduce what's going on today. This episode is going to be 2023 in review. More specifically, we are focusing on music that we listened to that was released in 2023, TV show and anime released in 2023, and then movies that was released in 2023. And then the next episode of the podcast will focus on the biggest gaming stories of 2023, as well as games that we played and we want to talk about of 2023. I have to be very deliberate with that because I keep on saying 2024 just in my day-to-day conversations. So we're going to start off first with music. DeYante doesn't have much. I don't have much. I have one thing in particular. So I'll just go first, and then, well, Max, you have something?
Not really, not much. Not really.
Okay, so I'll say my one thing, and then we'll just give the floor to Clayton because he has a whole Excel spreadsheet of songs and
And
Listen,
goodies.
he's exaggerating. It's just the notes on my iPad. That's it.
he's
But it,
like cross referenced the producers of each track, the recording studios, the Billboard top list of all these songs that he picked out and the albums he picked out.
Oh Lord,
The decibel readings
not
of
the
the
decibel
recording
readings.
knows it all.
oh my God. Let me
Um,
fix my chair.
so I'll be short. Um, the we the episode of Music Club that we did previously, we were talking about the T Pain album, so I already talked a lot about that. But one album last year that I actually did listen to, and it just kind of caught everybody off guard was New Blue Sun, Andre 3000's album, his flute album. um, so it one of my friends, he was just like, he's trolling us with this album, right? And he's not. he's like legit serious. If you never heard of the Quest Love podcast, um, Love Supreme, I think, or no, I'm sorry, Jesus Christ, that's a John Coltrane album.
No, I'm
Um,
saying Jungle. Supreme.
um, what is
Supreme.
Quest Love's podcast called? Um,
Um,
Questlove Supreme. Sorry, I was close. Questlove Supreme. Um, so yeah, in that podcast, he did an interview with Andre 3000. Very fascinating. Really, really go listen to that. Um, it will give you a much better mindset of why Andre did this album and kind of what his mental state was. So it was a really interesting uh, interview. The album itself is just one of those things where don't go into it. One, don't go into it expecting a rap album because that's not what it's going to be. Two, go into it knowing that it's going to be an instrumental album, just straight instrumentals, and obviously Andre is just playing the flute throughout the whole thing. But I also say that because like if you watch the interview or listen to the interview with Questlove, the flute obsession thing wasn't just a weird thing that just happened. Like in the interview, Andre was like he's been kind of like fascinated by wind instruments since like the early 2000s.
Wow.
Um, and in The Love Below, I forgot what song it is. Um, it's one of the songs where you just hear a saxophone honking at the end. That's Andre 3000.
That's Andre honking on a saxophone.
Yes, and he was just like
That's pretty cool.
he wanted to learn how to play saxophone, and he was told that you got to learn clarinet first. So he picked up a clarinet, started messing with that. Then he went into bass clarinet. Then he went into saxophone, and then he ended up with the kind of like the cultural flutes that he plays on now and the electronic flutes that he plays on now, just because they were like they spoke to him the most and accessible to him most. But you know, with that album, it's like the music kind of just drones. Like it just there, all the tracks are long. The track names are stupid. They're like really dumb. um,
Are they like Charles Mingus stupid, or are they like something otherworldly?
they
I wish.
like let me.
Would you like to read the second track
Oh,
on the
I
album?
am not reading that. Um, so let me.
Let me see. What's going on here?
New Blue Sun track list. But yeah, he just kind of a lot of the stuff kind of just drones. It just goes. Um,
Oh,
like
I'm never beating that.
so I'll
So
do the
yeah.
somewhat PG one track 3. That night in Hawaii when I turned into a panther and started making these low register purring tones that I couldn't control. Shit was wild.
That's what the song's called. That's what the
Yes.
track is
That's
called.
the name of the
Yes.
track.
Wow.
I know on Spotify
I-
has 3 million listens.
That's crazy. I've only listened to like the first track on it because I was like, I got curious one day. I was like, let me hear what all the hubbub is about. People keep talking about Andre 3000 on this flute. I played the first track, and it was lulling me to sleep.
Yeah, and like in an interview, he was like, people came up to him and said like the album's helping him to sleep, and it's so calming, and like legit is like one of those things where like, all right, you put on some good headphones or some headphones with some depth to them, and just kind of like lay down, like close your eyes and just kind of just let it go, let it happen. Um, so yeah, that's it. Andre 3000, New Blue Sun.
I did listen. I did what Max did. I listened to like the first couple of tracks of it, and like when it first came out, when y'all were like, "Yeah, he's got a instrumental album," I was like, "What?" Because I love instrumental music. Like that's my jam. That's all I listened to it, and but it's like the most boring shit I ever listened to in a very long
As I'm saying,
time.
it's like it's a perfect album to listen to while you're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now yours
Yeah,
is
if you,
too
you
active for
can't
that.
hard, you can't like that's a passive listen for sure.
Yeah.
That's it puts you
Yeah.
in the mindset while you're doing something else, and you're like, this ain't so bad. I feel relaxed.
Yeah, I feel like I need to put it on like when we play like Apex or Overwatch or something and just like tune it out.
Yoga Studio's about to go crazy with this track.
I'm saying, bro.
Namaste.
Hey, I can't imagine. Like you're gonna be playing relaxing music like that, playing Apex. You got flutes playing in the background. On me,
Right,
there's another team.
I'm gonna be very zen. Listen to that music because it was just like placid. It was just like
Ooh, and if I get a team wipe and I'm just relax, like get out my fucking game.
Get out my game. He's one. He's one.
On me. There are two of them. Two of them on me.
Stop. Give them cheeks.
please stop them. Bruh.
All right. Well, let's bring over to Clayton so he can give us his dissertation on all the music he listened to
Okay,
in 2023.
Just for context, that's not a dissertation, but I do have it color coordinated. So I kid you not, because I color coordinated the songs and albums I was.
Oh my god, he had
wow.
to scroll. He had to scroll.
That's good.
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm going to start off with some singles that came out in 2023 that I felt like are just complete bangers or just like really good songs. So, starting overseas, we have Fujikaze's Working Hard. Now, that is like the pinnacle of like really good hip hop and Japanese music. Love that because I have a lot. I'm going to talk briefly about each. Next single, Run Through Fire by Pink Sweats. He's a black artist, started on TikTok and really good. Like his vibe is just really chill, like similar to Janae Aiko, like around that era when she had like um the worst when that song and that album came out.
Was this during dating Childish Gambino or post dating Childish Gambino?
I'm guessing her style change
I think it was
for a reason.
whenever the worst came out. I think that was post.
Okay, because she was
What's
a little
his
bit weirder with Childish Gambino.
But,
Oh, wow.
let's keep going. Call Me Up and Night Before by Cherry Ferrari. Oh my god, this duo. If you like dance music, like a good raspy voice on top of like the production, love them. Cherry Ferrari, I'm looking forward to them. Sweet Boy by Malcolm Todd. Very chill. Like that's something I could actually walk down the street, listen to, really just look at my environment with. Um, Conceited by Lola Young from the UK. Boy, she has the most unique voice and like singing. It's like a mixture of, gosh.
Could you also
Mm.
tell us the genre in
Oh.
which the songs belong in as well? Because you are
Yeah.
You're expanding quite. I know you're expanding like quite a different set of
Oh yeah.
genres.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So working hard, that was hip hop. Run through fire, that was like R&B. Call me up the night before, that's dance or house, more so dance. Sweet boy, that is yeah, that could be classified as R&B. Conceited R&B, more on the UK. Your Blood by Aurora is next. That's like pop. But like, if you are not used to what I call cursive singing, more so like not a lot of focus on enunciations and stuff like that, then
Oh,
Aurora
I
is
know
like
what I know what you're talking about. I
it's
know what
like
type of music.
yeah, like that.
That I do not like at
Oh,
all.
oh, I would love if you gave the track a
They
chance,
be
but
throwing that to make it
Everybody,
sound more artsy, but meanwhile, I just
everybody
can't
sounds
understand what
drunk.
you're saying.
All right, everybody just sounds drunk.
Um, okay. Perfect Night by Les Seraphim. I always forget how to pronounce the last part. But Perfect Night, that's K-pop. And actually, this song, I was introduced to it because of Overwatch 2's collaboration with Les Seraphim. And they had a music video come out with that collaboration. It's a good, if you like K-pop, it's a good song. Um, Forever by uh, Safe, spelled Saiph. That is just strictly house dance like beats.
And
No,
that's one way to spell safe too. I never thought about that.
yeah, I mean, yeah, people get real creative. And my next, which I think is track of the year, "You Wish" by Flyana Boss. Like these girls took off on TikTok in 2023 with getting brand deals with Cheetos, um, and having a remix of their song "You Wish" with Missy Elliott, and a couple other artists. They're doing the shit. Well, they did the shit in 2023. Now for albums, Volcano by Jungle. Oh my god. If you love funk, you're going to love Jungle and you're going to love the album Volcano. Like with their standout track Back on 74, loved it. It
You
even
said
became a
funk. Let me go ahead and write this down.
yeah, on funk, and it gives like a modified 80s vibe. Love them. Um next track, well, next album, Something to Give Each Other by Troye Sivan. Now, this is purely dance music. So if you're not into dance music, this is not the album for you. Sorry. But standout track from this album was Rush, which is the first track actually. Um I won't go into detail as in why the song is named Rush. That's for something after the podcast recording if you're interested in. But um, definitely go check that out if you like dance music only. Next, K-pop album New Jeans' is second EP, Get Up. New Jeans, a fairly new K-pop group, came out in 2022 or 2021. No, they debuted in 2022. If you love like just feel good K-pop music, this album's for you with ETA, um, Super Shy, like, and it's so danceable too. Like, and if you know anything about K-pop, like most, if not all of their dances have like specific routines. But the thing that I love about New Jeans and this album, it brings back the nostalgia factor because even with the album cover, it's a reference to Powerpuff Girls in 16-bit. And
Oh wow.
the standout track to me from that album, Super Shy, they actually sampled the Powerpuff Girls opening theme.
Was it a
Yes,
Right, the
they
drum and
sampled that.
bass.
Yeah, like, ooh, and just love it. The album. Next album, Shower Shoes by Malcolm Todd. That's R&B.
I'm sorry. What was the last one you just said?
New Jeans, Get Up.
New jeans. Like
Yeah.
new jeans or
Yeah.
new like make up your body jeans?
No, like jeans that you put
Jeans you
on.
wear.
Oh, okay.
Love them. Shower.
New
Jeans.
jeans. You said
Yes.
super. You said what? Which?
Super shy.
Super shy.
Gene.
I'm super shy, but wait a minute, why to make you mine, I mean a cheater, but listen, such
Oh,
a,
he's starting. He's revving up everybody.
I'm readjusting, but yeah. Next, Shower Shoes, as I said, by Malcolm Todd. That's like R&B. Good album, very good album. And it's like chill from start to finish. The standout track for me, hold on, I'm literally scrolling through all my music. Is What's Up. Oh, to me, like there are very few songs from 2023 that I feel like I would call the perfect song, but I think that's one of like the most perfect songs from 2023. Point blank, top to bottom, from the very first second to the last. Um, Going back overseas for my final album and my final entry of music is Jungkook's Golden. So if you are familiar with the K-pop group BTS, one of their members, Jungkook, came out with a solo album named Golden, and he had collaborations with. Ooh, let me scroll. And which is also my standout track 7, Jungkook featuring Lotto. Like
Huh.
I know that was
Oh,
like
wow.
that was the wildest thing. I was like, Lotto? And it slaps. I'm like, yeah. And Jungkook, he gets very, very sexual with this one, which in my years of listening to K-pop, I'm still fairly new to it. He gets very sexual in this album, like very, like.
Lord, Brian, your reactions in
Mhm.
HD, bro. The way your eyes just popped.
He was just like,
Excuse me, my big eyes. But
he's
yeah.
used to hearing about BTS and them being family friendly, and now he's on his own.
I mean, even his music video "Standing Next to You," which he later did a second music video for because of a remix with Usher, another Black American artist. Love that. Jungkook, you're doing the thing. Like this man is great. Now, I will say, like this for the entirety of the album is more generic pop. So kind of like the pop with like no depth. Like even though it's popular music, it has that specific genre vibe, beats per minute, stuff like that. It's not like a top album. And if you're into that, sure, yeah, I guess. But there are just a few tracks that I would just go back and listen to. Like I said, 7, Standing Next to You. And there was one more that he did with Jack Harlow, and I think it was the first track in that album. But um uh, yeah, replayability of that album not so high, but all in all, it was a pretty good year for music. Oh, and lastly was Billie Eilish's What Was I Made For? Perfect. If you want to cry, listen to that song. And especially since it's I'm going to bring that song later into the discussion because it does correlate with something else.
Okay.
And that is my scroll through iPad notes.
Make sure you have that away next time. We don't need like a New Testament's length of. I'm joking.
Man,
That's very good information to know, so that we have something different and something new to listen to.
right.
It's always good to get new music.
There was one that I did forget. It was the artist Madison O'Farron. Um, Kind of like on the smallest scale side artist. I fell in love with one of her one of her songs years ago where she did like this whole like acapella EP, and with the acapella EP, it's just like she's doing all of the obviously all of like percussive sounds with her voice, and she has a very fantastic voice. And this album, I hope you can forgive me. Boom. I hope you can forgive me. Um, she incorporates regular like R&B elements into and all that stuff, but her voice is fantastic. So if you've never heard of her and it's a really chill listen, I hope you can forgive me, Madison O'Farrell.
Okay.
Madison McFerrin. Sorry.
Nice.
Great. Added that to the library, to the queue to listen to.
Okay, so we're going
And now I
to
have the album on my Spotify.
we can move on to TV shows and anime that we watched in 2023.
Awesome.
I'll start off with my picks. Invincible season 2.
Yes.
This was uh, something that was people's anticipated since season 1. I enjoyed season 1. My biggest criticism of season 1 was the animation. There was times where the animation got really like rough and amateurish. And I'm happy to say all those issues completely got fixed in season 2. Animation is stellar in season 2. And they focused the not gonna I'm gonna avoid any spoilers, but the way they ended season 1, you would kind of think that a certain character wouldn't be seen for a while. And at first that's true, and then that character shows up and you're just like, oh, I guess we're just going here. But
Yeah.
Max knows what I'm talking
Damn.
about.
I have nah, man. I have some opinions on Invincible
Invincible.
season 2. Invincible. And I'm not. I want to withhold some of my opinions because I haven't actually finished season 2 yet. I'm a few episodes behind, but
So they did something weird because I think they only did 4 episodes. I think like 4 episodes of season 2, and then they're like, we're gonna do the other half of season 2 in 2024.
that's right. No, I am caught up then. Yes.
Because
Oh
they
yeah. I have opinions.
yeah
I have
they
opinions.
okay, so like they ended on like a cliffhanger. But again, avoiding spoilers. Animation's big step up. Um, they do flesh out Mark a little bit more as a character. That first episode is such a like fake out, and it's really cool. But yeah, see, Invincible season 2 really good. Still brutal, like still super brutal. So still blood and guts all over the place.
I still need to watch it for that.
Yeah, it's great though. And then my other thing that I watched this year, um, which I need to finish. I didn't finish the last episode. I'm going to finish that soon. Is Yu Yu Hakusho. This came at the tail end, right in December of 2023. The live action Yu Yu Hakusho. I definitely have opinions on this. My biggest thing is the pacing. The pacing is not good. So
Oof.
yeah, so it goes through a lot of the source material extremely quick. So things that you would in the actual anime you would get to in like what episode 7 or 9 or whatever, 7, 8, or 9. You're getting there in like
Yeah.
episode 1 and 2.
Everyone's seen it. Everyone's seen
God.
Yu Yu Hakusho. Everyone's seen Yu Yu Hakusho here, right?
Nope.
It's been a long time, and I didn't finish it when I did start
Man,
it. But
that thing came out in the '90s. I slick because I kind of want to hear I want to hear examples of some of that bad pacing you're talking about.
Okay, so we all know Hiei and Kuroma.
Hmm.
They get introduced in like episode 2. No,
Really?
actually, in the end of episode 1, you get like a teaser of them, and in episode 2, they're just there. You're going through
That's
their plot
crazy.
points.
That's crazy. Nah, that took them a while. It took them a while to even introduce anyone besides like Yusuke. I'm sorry.
And then the Dark Tournament arc. Yeah, that's by the end of episode 5.
That's kind of crazy. That's actually wild.
They're trying to speed run.
Yeah.
Right.
And the shining part of that show though, I won't say is like great or amazing or anything, but the shining part of that show is the fight scenes. The action scenes are done so well. And like certain things they like kind of really amp up like the realism. Like the first time you see Yusuke die in episode 1, you're just like, oh my god. Like it's way more brutal than in the anime. The You'll be disappointed with the English cast, voice cast. I'm just get that out right away because they don't sound nothing like the dub at all.
The iconic dub.
Yeah, so you don't get the Yusuke, you don't get that
Yeah.
from Kurobara, but yeah, it's go into it just knowing that it's not going to be like the anime. The pacing is going to be really bad, and sometimes the
No.
CG is not good. Sometimes the
Oh
writing is not good.
no!
Not bad CG.
So it's like you have to kind of suffer through a lot of stuff just to get to the cool fight scenes. But yeah, that's my picks for shows / anime. Obviously there's Attack on Titan, but we did a whole like 2-hour podcast on that. So
Okay.
if you're interested in our thoughts on that, go ahead and watch that. Oh my
Okay.
God, Clayton! the
I'm
aliens.
saying,
The
doing
aliens.
night vision, boy. He said Bravo 6 going dark.
Right, he is ready, boy.
My foot got caught on my wire for my ring light, and it just fell and went to green.
Okay. I'm gonna knock out a couple shows. There's a few good watches I've had. Some anime, some not anime. I'm gonna start with the anime stuff. Yeah, Free Rent. It's kind of blown up all over the internet too. It's
What's it
called
like?
Free Rent. This Beyond
Rent?
Free Rent.
Free Ren.
Oh, Free Ren.
Free Rent.
Okay.
Beyond Journey's End. It's about an elf that was in this party of heroes that they defeated the Demon King and saved the world. But you know how in like mythology or fable, like fiction, that elves live extremely long lives, right?
Mm.
So it's talking about her story after basically after Endgame, basically after you defeated the main villain, after the party of heroes separated, and long after the other members of the party died. So it's talking about her journeys after that, because she's still living. She still looks exactly the same way she looked like 80 years ago when they finished their adventure. Because at this point, most of the story takes place about that time frame, 80 years after they finished the main quest, and it is a very, very like interesting show. The animation is gorgeous. The storytelling is captivating. I tried to say captivating and telling at the same time. The storytelling is captivating, and honestly, like it's wholesome it's wholesome in some regards. It's not in some regards. It does have some action in. It does sometimes have some action sequences in it, but the action is not the main. It's not the main platter. It's not on the forefront. So if you're going into this anime looking for heart wrenching action, like fucking blood pumping action, adrenaline, that you're not gonna get that. You're gonna get some action sequences, but you're gonna get a good ass story. You might even shed a couple tears. And it's it goes to perspective of someone who lives a long time, and she starts to she's someone that didn't really think too hard about a lot of things. It's someone that didn't really find value in a lot of things, but she reflects on her journey with the heroes party and realize how much she learns and how much she continues to learn with the people that she meets after that journey. And honestly, the storytelling is just really freaking good. It's the reason why it's kind of popular all over the internet right now. So if you want a good watch, to something else for you to watch, a good watch, I highly recommend that one. I've been enjoying it very much, and the opening slaps.
I on my list.
Another one. It's on Max. No longer HBO, just Max. Hey, your
I will
boy.
still call it.
It's just your boy.
It's your boy.
It's but fucking it's called Scavenger's Reign. Um, it came out in October, so late 2023, and I've been hooked on it. I'm not gonna lie. It's about this crew of people that they basically crash landed on a barren planet. And this fucking let me not say barren because it's very much not barren, but this remote planet. And oh my god, the shit that they go through, it's very creative in the wildlife that is shown throughout the show. The environment is super dangerous because you don't know what the fuck is going to pop up. You don't know what's going to be dangerous. You don't know what's going to, be helpful. And it goes through different members of this crew, people that were on the same ship, goes through their struggles navigating this planet. I'm not done with it yet. I still have a few more episodes to go, but God, it's interesting. Like to me, it's very interesting.
Mm.
And they are in danger every fucking episode. So yeah, it's another interesting watch, and you can tell whoever the creators of it had fun with it because the creatures and the wildlife and just the environment in general is super creative and super just unorthodox. So I recommend that one. I recommend that one as well. Another one, I watched this one with Chastity. Um, it's called Black Cake. I think it's on Netflix. It's on Hulu. Um, yeah, Black Cake. That was a really good watch too. It goes this one is a lot more realistic. It's actually, represented in the real world. And it's talking about this woman. She was in Africa. I think it's not Africa. She was in the Caribbean islands, and she was it Africa? I can't fucking remember. I think it was Africa, but she was getting into an arranged marriage. All this stuff happened. She ended up leaving and going to Europe, I believe it was. And she basically the love of her life. She ran into the love of her life there. It talks about her family. It also talks about um uh her journeys as she was like a refugee in Europe, not really having anything to her name, and her survival there. And it talks about I can't. If you want to watch, I'm not going to reveal a big twist, but it talks about a major event that happens that kind of steers the direction of the story. Um, it also, and then it fast forwards to her kids. She has two kids that she calls B and B because both of their names start with B.
Okay, that's
Um,
not confusing at all.
B and B, but goes over their lives too because they're fully grown at this point. And she's actually it talks because her and her husband, the main person at first, they're gone, they're passed away at this point, but their kids are finding more about their parents and the big twist that happens and a whole bunch of I can't talk about too much shit without spoiling stuff, but it's really interesting. It's very black, like all the main characters are black, but it's not one of those tries as hard like the identity of the show is, oh, we're black. No, it's very much not that. The actors are black, but the story they're telling is very like
Real.
it's something. It's realistic. The story they're telling is very realistic, and it's very interesting. Season one is finished. I know they're going to be releasing a season two at some point. So yeah, that's another cool little watch if you're looking for something. I'm gonna keep it to just one more, and I kind of want to wait till the end so we can all talk about it. Jujutsu motherfucking Kaisen season two.
It's only me and you.
Oh my god,
One thing I did do in 2023 was finish season one, and I'm halfway through the movie. So, I'll get to
man!
work on the
Oh
second season.
man! Oh
I
Brian
think
man!
hasn't
I
I
started
feel
it
like
yet.
I think I've seen like 2 episodes.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
you're
bro!
worse than
I feel
me.
like season 2 talking
It's
about
like
Jujutsu Kaisen could be this whole fucking podcast episode, bro.
I agree. So do you
Talking about
know,
this shit.
like literally, I'm sitting over here. I'm like,
I feel like I'm
I
cooped up, like I'm
yeah,
in one of those straight jackets. I just want to bust
yeah.
loose
You
and
want
just talk about it, bro, so much happened in season 2, and that shit just got so real. All I'm gonna say is that there is no such thing as plot armor in Jujutsu Kaisen, bro. No,
That is
nobody
what
got
it's
no
about.
fucking bro. Ain't nobody got no fucking plot armor, bro. It's free fucking rain. It's free. It's nigga.
Ooh.
It's bro. I
It's
can't talk about.
devastating.
Damn, man. Y'all need to pick. Y'all need to goddamn catch up, man. Because I want to talk about this shit.
So
That was
let's.
gonna be one of mine, but I have my own.
Well, what you want to add on to that, DeYante?
It's a good show. It's an extremely good show. Map is doing what they need to do. I mean, they riding that hype train. You know what's funny is that literally after this show has finished, well, this season finished, like they got the video game coming out, which is literally about to be like the Naruto games, where you can
It's
basically
about to be
play the
like
story.
every other. It's gonna be like every other anime fighting game, a arena fighter, generic ass gameplay.
Probably. But yeah, Jujutsu. All I'm gonna say is with Jujutsu Kaisen, as far as season 2 standalone, if you hadn't, if you were just like, yeah, I'm gonna just randomly watch Jujutsu Kaisen in the middle of season 2. First, you're a crazy person because that's like some of the most confusing shit ever. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. And secondly, if you just want like a fresh start, you can't really start in the middle of the season. You have to watch the first season. So, and the movie kind of helps too.
Yeah, all
But
of it is like in different time
yeah,
frames. Yeah.
but very amazing piece of media. They're on to something. It can be another great, like AOT. Quite honestly. Well, maybe not the story, not the
I don't
story
think it's on that.
wise,
No, Attack on Titan
not
is on its own
story,
pedestal.
not
But
story wise, but everything else in like style and action, and it's a boy show. It's for grown men.
that shit, action, boy. That boy,
Yeah,
UG left, right, good night, Itadori, bro.
all right, good show.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, I have a show.
Steven,
But
you're
it's
gonna
just
say you're gonna.
Well, I would say,
it's a
DeYante, did you have a show with other show?
I have shows or
Yeah,
movies.
go crazy.
Oh,
No, Clay, go ahead. Continue.
okay. Because one fact about me, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV, and I'm like because lately again grad student full time, and so my free time is very limited.
seem like
And
all your free time with the music than movies. I mean, the TV shows.
man, it's like music's been my saving grace, especially like at one point I had 3 jobs last semester, but now I have 2, and it's still busy. Anyway, stuff that's not depressing, but it's this spin-off show called Gen 5, and it's a spin-off of the show The Boys, which is
I thought it
based
was pronounced Gen V.
it's a
Man, Gen V,
Roman
Gen 5
no
is something. I don't
it's a
know.
Roman numeral.
I've always heard people pronounce it Gen V.
I you know what, Gen 5, Gen V, I don't know how it's pronounced.
Jim
I'm
5,
just
Jim V,
like they like I'm
Jimmy
on
the Voo, Jimmy the V.
I'm on episode 3. I didn't finish it, but I'm still working on it. But that is such a good show, especially if you watch the entirety of seasons 1 through 3 of The Boys first, so you get some background context to some stuff that is referenced, and there are some character appearances that I've seen so far from the main series. But if you are looking for a show that gives like light to new superheroes, well, light to superheroes in general in a more realistic sense, rather than the whole Marvelification of or the oversaturation of Marvel movies and superheroes, I suggest Gen 5 and its like parent show The Boys, especially like since this is set in like at a college setting, so they're kind of sort of, and I do mean kind of sort of our age. Um, So, and it deals with a lot of mental health as well, because like the protagonist, like God, I can't remember her name. It starts with M, Maya, Mia, some of the sorts, but it deals with self harm, mental health, um, abuse, and stuff like that. And it does it very tastefully, actually. But you just have to like mentally prepare each episode. I accidentally hit my keyboard. But you do have to mentally prepare yourself if you're going to watch it, because if you've seen any episodes of The Boys, you know that it's very very explicit when it comes to violence and like showing all the blood and guts and stuff like that.
No, it for sure is. And you said this is like this is in like in the same universe as the boys.
Yeah, it's spin-off. So like around it actually starts around the events of like the latter end of season 3. So
Okay.
that's where it's like taking place at the same time.
And you
So
said
like
this is called what again?
Gen 5, Gen V, however you want to pronounce it.
Gen 5. Gen 5. Okay.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Jimmy V.
Shut
It
up.
just uses the Roman numeral. So that's how I pronounce it. I don't know. But yeah, good show, very great. Black lead actress. What else
Hey.
can I ask for?
Nice.
Okay.
My turn.
Well, and before we start, just to give preface, since I don't have a MacBook charger, I might have to move to my iPad shortly. So if I die on here, you'll see me in a bit. You see me in a
Okay.
bit.
Thank you for the warning. How can none of us talk about the great wonderfulness that was Into the Spider-Verse? I mean, what's wrong with us?
Well, I mean, that's a movie. We haven't got to movies yet.
We haven't got to movies yet.
Well,
And I haven't seen it yet.
Okay,
I haven't seen it yet.
Huh?
I'm the loser that hasn't seen it yet. Yes, I'm the loser that hasn't seen it yet.
How?
I've seen all the
He's
memes
waiting
on
for it. He's waiting
Facebook.
for it to come to streaming.
It is on streaming.
It is on streaming.
It is on streaming. I just haven't seen it yet.
Bro,
That's bro, if you
how?
don't get a Netflix subscription.
I might watch that shit tomorrow, bro. Who knows? I don't got school tomorrow, so who knows?
Oh, yeah.
I might watch it tomorrow.
Oh.
We're still going to talk about it regardless, but close your ears
Yeah.
or something. Get earplugs.
Shit, man.
Well, do you have any other shows before we move into movies?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As far as shows, Demon Slayer season 3, Swordsmith. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm true. My brain was telling me that came out in 2022.
Yes. Demon Slayer does not miss. Point blank, period. And it's a very consistent, like, very good, safe storytelling. It can be kind of safe. They will make you feel like a character's about to like bite the dust here and there, and some do. But you know, it's not Attack on Titan. They not just go off somebody without you know, really feeling super duper attached to them immediately for like several episodes, or other shows of that nature. Anime choreography for the fight scenes. I mean,
it's always top notch for Demon Slayer, bro. They're always fucking great. I have some tasteful opinions about Demon Slayer Swordsmith arc, but I think that's for later. I have some very tasteful opinions about it that most might not necessarily agree with.
Probably not. I don't know. The thing is with me for this arc was it was pretty safe. With some of the situations, and you know, it didn't feel as harrowing as the previous season, as the Entertainment District. Entertainment District felt very dangerous. So you felt like
thought niggas was gonna die. Yeah, you thought niggas was gonna die. Yes.
And you know.
Yep, there he goes.
Oh, there goes Pikachu. He'll feel like he'll be about to die, or he's about to have this big character-driven moment where he's going to do something cool. But I feel like it takes way longer than what it really needs to, because we know he's not going to die, and the trope itself is kind of like getting old with that shit. But still, great season. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Pretty dope. I watched a couple episodes of Hell's Paradise. Pretty fire from what I had saw. I think it was pretty
I
okay.
forgot about that one, man.
I did not finish watching that at all. I went to go back to it to actually start finishing it up.
Please finish it. It gets better.
I believe it because from the little bit that I had saw, it was pretty dope. And I don't think I had any other shows that came out this year that I watched. So yeah,
I forgot a couple. There was I don't know if you guys seen it. It's called Psalm 100, Bucket
I
List of
heard
the
of it.
Dead.
Yeah, there's quite a few of these that are like on my bucket list that
Yeah,
I would like to talk about, but I never gotten around to.
that one is. I didn't finish that one, but I'm in the middle of watching it. It's very fun. It's goofy. It very much does not take itself seriously, and it's a funny watch. So if you want something to just goof around and watch real quick, that's a cool one to watch. Just a cool one to sit down and watch. Uh, yeah. Also, Jobless Reincarnation season 3 was season 2 or 3. It was one of those. Yeah, that came out as well. He's a little bit old. He's a little bit old. It's like it's a slight time skip from the last season. He's a little bit older now, and it talks about it just continues where it left off in its last season.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, enjoyable watch as well.
Okay, any other choices for shows / anime?
Watch that Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. Some biggest
You know, and
best. God dang, god darn, television area is out.
nope, I don't have it either.
All right, so we'll conclude this part of the episode with our movie picks. We'll just save Into Spider-Verse towards the end, so I'll do 2 that I'll watch this year. Not a big movie watcher, so I didn't watch a lot, but I did see the Super Mario Brothers movie, which was surprisingly good. So it was surprisingly decent. I kind of walked in thinking it was going to be a dumpster fire because of Chris Pratt being Mario, because that just does not speak Mario to me whatsoever.
And it still kind of doesn't, but it's whatever, I guess.
Now I will say my Clayton is gone for real now. I will say my, I guess, controversial opinion. Chris Pratt is probably the worst part of that movie.
Agreed.
Just because he's just like his. It's so distracting.
His charisma.
Yeah, it's just distracting with him being Mario. And I think everybody else was perfectly cast. Like Charlie Day as Luigi.
Luigi was spectacular.
He was great. Jack Black as Bowser was perfect.
Man, that worked too well for some fucking reason, bro. Yeah. Jack Black as Bowser, yes.
So
absolutely.
So it's like everybody else casting was so spot on. The animation was great. It was Illumination, and they do a really good job generally with the animation quality. And
Key from Key and Peele was Toad.
Yes, he was pretty funny. Who was what's the name was Donkey Kong?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, yeah. Seth Rogen. Plot wise, I think it was just that whole B plot with Donkey Kong and Seth Rogen, it was just kind of like, all right, we get it. You're an outsider. Right. You're trying to prove yourself in your kingdom or whatever. But I did like how every kingdom was its own like kind of like thing, and I like how like brutal Jack Black was as Bowser. And I also love that Peach wasn't just a damsel in distress; like she was leading.
Very much. No, she was damn near more main character than Mario.
Yeah.
I do hate how they fucking sidelined Luigi for most of the goddamn movie, bro. They sidelined him.
He was the damsel in
Like,
distress.
the word is brothers, bros, BROS. That
Nah, they
movie was
sideline Luigi like a
75%.
motherfucker.
But yeah, so it was successful enough. Actually, it was a really big success for both Nintendo and Illumination. So rumor has it that they're going to expand it to, the full, like expanded universe. So like a Super Mario Brothers
Ooh,
2 and Donkey Kong movie and
Donkey Kong and yeah,
whatever.
Super Mario Bros. Verse. Look at
Metroid
that.
Prime movie would come out before the game does,
Oh,
yeah.
Metroid
What
Prime
did they
movie would
fuck?
be crazy.
They gonna fuck around and make what's that fucking Captain Falcon?
F-Zero.
F-Zero.
F-Zero. Fucking they gonna fuck around and make an F-Zero movie before they make another game.
Um,
That would be ridiculous.
so yeah, Super Mario Brothers, surprisingly decent. Um, my second movie choice outside of Into the Spider Verse is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
I
Um,
haven't seen it.
this I don't blame you. It came like at the tail end of 2023, and what's crazy, I'm a DC fan. I haven't seen any of the DC movies this year except for Aquaman. So I didn't watch Blue Beetle. I didn't see the Flash.
Neither did
Um,
I.
oh, did what's McCann come out this year? Did Shazam come out this
What?
year?
Yes.
What? Yes,
It did.
that was like earlier though.
Oh, okay. Then I take it back. I also watched Shazam. Shazam was pretty fun. I liked it. Um, I not much to say. It was just an enjoyable movie. Kind of sucks that the DC universe is kind of just imploding on itself. So we don't get to see much out of this. But Shazam was pretty fun. I really liked it. Um,
Did you
I
get a chance to see Black Adam?
no, I know Black Adam is kind of like sort of a prequel to it. But no, I didn't see Black Adam. And I think Black Adam was 2022. I think.
Was it? Damn. Hold on. Let me look it up.
But Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, again, it's just a very okay movie. Or is enjoyable. It's nothing amazing. Jason Momoa still does a great job. Um, Jason Momoa still does a great job as Aquaman. Um, it's a lot of dumb fun, so it's just kind of like suspension of disbelief type situations whenever you're watching that movie. Um, I went to see it in 40X with my girlfriend, and that was a very fun experience. Um, I'm kind of like addicted to 40X now, um, where the seats rock with the scenes and water sprays out and like you feel things hitting your backside in the seat, lights
I don't
flashing and
think I want to
stuff.
get. I
Oh
don't
That
no,
think I
sounds
want to
like
get shot.
cool.
You
I
get so
want
much
all of
shoots, so
that.
much shoots turn the
And
screen,
it'd
and you
be
feel
like,
like
That sounds like a
like
Shrek
what?
3D
you're like,
ride.
ah.
yeah, it's basically like one of those rides.
Oh wow!
Sometimes like the air pockets from the other seats will go and like hit at you or under your like feet. It's really cool. And so because it was Aquaman, they just had a excuse to do a bunch of water effects with the 40X. But yeah, Aquaman was just fine. Shazam, again, just fine. Enjoyable. Clayton, any movie picks that's not Into the Spider Verse?
The Barbie movie.
Oh yes, I was gonna talk
Oh
about this one too.
yeah, the Barbie movie. That like I watched it one evening from a streaming service. I forgot which one, but that movie has layers and layers um of what a woman goes through, like with male suppression, emotional stress, like in starting a family, and like what does it mean to be a woman, and like what were you made for? And that's why I'm referencing another song um that was towards the latter end of the movie, which is Billie Eilish's "What Was I Made For," without going too much into in depth into the plot of the movie, because believe me, there is a plot. Um, it actually really shows how society wants women to be, wants a woman to be, like what society wants a woman functions to be, and that's like growing a family, just being pretty and stuff like that, when it was much more than that. And like it gave me a little bit more insight as to, because I'm not a female. I'm a long shot from a female. But I really appreciate movies that highlight women more. And I'm a sucker for like any form of media that has a female like starring role. Like one show that I watched called All Rise with a black female lead and stuff like that. So women empowerment, here for it, love it. 10 out of 10 movie.
Also, the movie was funny. Like the movie was genuinely like I went into that movie not really expect. I didn't know what the hell to expect. Like Chastity was like, well, I want to go see the Barbie movie. I was like, Barbie. I don't know, it's Barbie. I don't know. And then I'm so glad that she convinced me to go, because it was in like it very much hit actual like topics, like Clayton said, a lot of like a lot of like woman societal standards, but also that shit was just fun to watch. Like it was honestly funny as hell, and it was goofy, especially at the start when they're in Barbie Land, when they're in the Barbie world. That shit was that
Oh, oh
because they're
God.
plastic. Like in their world, they're plastic dolls, so they don't have to eat or anything. Like when they drink tea in the morning,
No.
it's an empty ass cup, and they just like they're like, ooh, good, delicious. It's literally nothing. Like Ken, his job, like his employment is beach. Not anything specific.
Yeah, I was like,
Like
what
it's
is that?
not
Just
like, he's
me.
not a lifeguard. He's not a lifeguard, nothing like that. His job is beach.
Oh yeah,
That
and like from a
that's it.
personal
His job
standpoint,
is beach.
and like from a personal standpoint, it was refreshing to see women in roles that are traditionally like reserved for like men, like that empowerment, that encourage. Like my heart goes out to all the young women, all the little girls, because let's be honest, their mothers probably took them to the movie theater, show them like to see women empowered. I love that. Tickles an itch in my brain.
Me brain Mike.
It made the old little brain.
Dope. I've heard nothing but good things about the Barbie movie. I just never had any interest
Yeah,
to go, but I've heard nothing
Yeah.
but good things about it.
So
yeah.
now I know if I come across it, that I'm in for a good time.
Shoot,
Uh,
what's the
DeYante, do you
movie?
have any other movies?
No, I wanted to
I
go see Godzilla -1, and that probably would have been my movie of the year between that
uh,
and Spider-Verse. But yeah,
I do have another one, but it's mixed. It's mixed reviews from the public because it has multiple shock factors, and that is Saltburn. So Saltburn is this movie about this young lad who gets accepted into like this really prestigious school with like rich and snobby kids, and it starts off like that. So he visits one of his friends that he made at the school, like for like the entire summer and all that stuff. And without spoiling the movie, there are a lot of shock factor scenes. But if you don't want to watch the movie, you just want to watch the shock factors, look up the graveyard scene and look up the bathtub scene. Those two scenes were there's something else, boy. But I thoroughly enjoyed the movie, and it felt like you can tell that that they made that movie just to shock people. Like at certain points, the plot is like pretty standard. It kind of reminds me of like late '90s, early 2000 movies. Like, oh, rich kid comes to no, well, a poor kid goes into a rich family, and like it reminds me of sitcoms like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and other movies of that same entity. So it's not necessarily a comedy, even though that like specific archetype is normally associated with comedy. It's more so like drama, slice of life, um, and in some cases horror. But um, Pretty solid movie. Just prepare yourself.
What movie was it again?
Saltburn.
Good.
On
Saltburn.
Make
Okay, let me
sure
write
I
that
avoid
down.
that.
it's
All right,
it's
so
not that
Salisbury
bad.
stick avoided.
Got all right, so let's wrap up our discussion with
Hold
Into
on.
the Spider. No, my bad.
Hold on, hold on,
Across
hold on, hold on,
the Spider.
hold on,
Oh,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. There was I want to talk about some movies that caught my interest 2023 that didn't really get the chance to really lock into. Did anyone see that Winnie the Pooh slasher film?
oh God,
No.
no.
I heard it was trash, but the fact that they did something like that is hilarious. There's a few others. Anyone here watch John Wick?
No.
I haven't watched any of them, so no.
Oh my God, y'all are missing out. John Wick 4 and John Wick 4 is that movie too.
I know.
Man, Saw 10 came out
Oh
too.
God, no. I
And
can't.
Ooh,
I love me
yeah.
a Saw movie, boy. I love me a Saw movie. God. I feel pathetic about this year when it comes to movies. This is like the Marvel stuff. Have y'all seen the Marvels?
You know, I wanted to see that, and I just didn't. I'm sorry. It was weird because it was almost like it was not marketed at all.
But I remember commercials about it. I definitely remember seeing it. I definitely remember seeing
I
stuff
remember
about it.
seeing a lot about it.
Like I just
Yeah.
remember it was just like, it was like a one time I was like, huh, I wonder what happened to the Marvels. Wasn't that supposed to come out this year? And then I looked at it as like, oh, this came out like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, oh,
Fucking let me see. Of course, I don't know if y'all. I'm a horror fan, and the new Insidious came out this year too. Um, freaking Blue. I'm behind on the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff. But let me tell you about an experience that I had on Tubi. Right?
oh God.
Okay.
Did the movie come out this year?
Yes, I believe so. Um, there's this. Whew, there's this. I see people talking about it on Facebook like a few months back, and we was like, "Fuck it, let's watch a movie." So me and Chastity had watched it. It's called Paper Line. Right?
Paper Line.
Paper Line. It's about these folks that are crossing a fucking fraternity and an
Oh,
HBCU.
like their paper.
I
Paper,
saw
Okay.
that
paper line,
Okay.
paper
trailer.
line. So
Okay.
now you get it.
Yeah.
Man, this movie was trash. But but here's the twist. It was not at all what I thought it was gonna be about, bro. Not at all. So yeah, they were online, but the twist is that the people online they were beating their ass, but not in the way that you think. I'm talking about kung fu moves, flip
Ooh.
like jujitsu, beating your ass, and you having to learn how to actually fight to train up the next level.
That sounds very
That's-
unconventional.
Bro, it's a
Bro, and there were
fraternity fight club.
yeah, bro, basically, and there was some stupid ass side plots happening too. I wasn't paying too much attention, but man, and then at
The street fight.
the end, the new line. They learned how to fight, and the end of the movie was them bringing another line in, like and doing the same little introduction they had them do at the start. They had them play this dumb little game, like
Oh my
I think this.
god.
I think they said like you have to fight one of us. I think it's like all y'all have to fight one of us or like leave or something like that. You can either sign this contract. It was like you can either sign this contract and go. No, that's right. It was if you want to be a part of the fight, you can either earn it, you can either, fight us and earn your way there, or you can sign this paper, you can sign this contract and you'll be a part of the fraternity. Like no strings attached.
Man,
And
listen.
some of them was about to sign it, but then that mental game kicked in. Like, oh, you about to be paper, you about to blah 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 blah. So they started fighting, and boy, them niggas whooped. They
Bro, like I'm reading the description. I already know it's gonna be wild because it's not even just in the one sentence. It says 7 pledges at an HBCU in Florida. I'm like,
Very
Uh,
specific.
it's very
H
I,
specific.
that's not even the whole sentence. I just stopped there. I'm like, it's gonna be wild because Florida is a wild place. It's like the Wild West meets the Cuban sandwich. That's exactly what Florida is.
Oh my god. But no, bro, that shit was bad. Trust, it was a bad. I would not rewatch it, but it was it was funny. It was comical. It was funny when it wasn't trying to be funny.
it was dead serious.
Okay. So now let's talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Well, now I'm not as excited as I was now.
You're
Big
more excited
baby.
about that Tubi movie.
Because I didn't watch it.
The Shun Max.
Shun,
Oh,
shun, shun,
oh.
Um
shun.
so yeah,
Okay.
the original one, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, was pretty like phenomenal. Um
Yeah.
Getting Miles Morales as a character, seeing him on the big screen, but the art style, the music selection, all that's here in this one in terms of seeing his kind of like coming of age story for Miles Morales. You know, the music selection is top notch, but bringing in the multiverse and all these other different Spider-Men, you would think would be like really convoluted and really like confusing, but they do it so effortlessly. And like there's like this term, every frame is a piece of art, or every frame a picture, where it's just like every little detail in this movie is just like, wow, they really paid attention to detail to this, or oh, this is a reference to this thing, and that, and all the different types of Spider Men that's in here, and is a visual treat. So seeing that in the theater is just like a huge like part of the experience. um but yeah, just like the plot was great, because like Miles gets put in a really crappy situation, and everybody's just like, hey, that's how it is.
Oh, damn.
That's
All
just
right, too bad.
Hey, you got to do it, champ. And Miles is just like, nah, I'm gonna go my own way.
Literally.
um but yeah, what do y'all have to say about Cross the Spider Verse?
La 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 la.
Oh, no, I wasn't
okay.
saying spoilery. I will say, if you, as a person who really did love the film, it is so busy. It is like it could be very overstimulating and very
Oh
tiring
yeah.
on the eyes for that 2.5 hours, boy, because my goodness, there is just, I mean, it is a visual feast, but it's like a rich dinner where you only want but so much of it, because too much of it could be a bad thing. But it was just so many different colors and so many different frames and panels of different things happening, while all these different techniques and art styles were blending together for that kind of artistry was just insane to see. And just being able to experience a superhero movie like that in the frame of what it's like to be an African American slash Hispanic superhero in today's society, and making that shit look live, like it looks great. It's glorified, but it's tasteful.
Mm.
And I think
You
it is
said
a
that thing.
it is an animation like celebration, like that, like this is top quality like animation
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
should
That's
be
what's up.
celebrated for years. Like it is
yeah.
the accomplishment, and I don't know what they gonna do with the third one,
Listen,
because Jesus Christ.
only got 3 things to point out. One, well, obviously DRA covered like the amazingness of the visuals, but one, they need to pay their animators. because I remember that whole controversy of like, oh, I worked
Yeah.
on like that movie is so amazing and visually, and especially since I've studied color theory at one point, and like I had to rewatch it to go back to certain scenes because like there's certain backgrounds that started to more change and that had like symbolic meaning in it, and I was like, okay, this makes a whole lot more sense, and it makes me appreciate the movie even more. Um, Two, boy, that cliffhanger,
Bro, and it's like
that cliffhanger,
the fact the movie was long.
That was the worst
yeah,
Like the movie's
cliffhanger
like what
because I
was it,
love
like
it.
2.5 hours
Yeah,
or
it's
close
yeah,
almost
to
like
it,
2.5.
and that's a lot for an animation film.
yeah.
And the the way the movie was paced is like, all right, we get into the conclusion, and then they threw a whole wrench in there, and you're just like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way
Yeah,
You're
this
like,
movie's
wait,
about to wrap up in like 10 minutes.
and then it
yeah,
said,
Bro,
"See you
and
in
it's
Spider
like
Verse Part 3." It's like,
man,
it's like
or it's Part
beyond.
2. Excuse me.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
it was like beyond
beyond
the
Spider
yeah,
Verse.
beyond the Spider Verse, and I'm like because in the post credits like, but
I think everybody was
and
just like, oh.
exactly
Right.
like literally like the last few
It
seconds I
was
was
it
like,
was like
oh my
the
god,
worst. It's like when you're blowing up a balloon for like a birthday party and you're trying to get the right amount of air in that bad boy until you just pop it. And you got to start all over again.
you gotta
man,
get a new balloon.
fine. I'll fucking watch Across the Spider Verse. Damn.
Good.
Right,
There you
right,
go.
Uh,
yeah, right
oh
now.
my god,
Like
y'all
you
not
should
the
be
only
watching it.
ones that got me.
Also, imagine taking a. This is not even really a spoiler, but imagine taking a character that you thought was just hilarious and turning them into like the worst thing ever. I want y'all to think
Oh,
about
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like you thought he was a joke, and then,
Oh, oh,
because still is technically,
yeah.
but man, like that's how you write a villain.
Mm.
Real dope.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But and my last point, I'm happy that they are like outsourcing with their artists as well because again, not a spoiler, where they employed that kid to do that one scene.
Yeah, the Lego scene.
That was dope. That was
Wait,
dope.
that was a kid
Y-
that did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that kid's been making online Lego videos like for some time, and then they reached out and said, you know what, want to do a scene for the new Spider-Man movie? And he did
Sure.
that shit. Yeah, power to
Okay.
him.
I learned something new today.
So yeah. So originally the Beyond the Spider Verse was actually supposed to come out in 2024. First,
We ain't getting that.
before all of the Hollywood stuff happened, I was like, that's cutting it real close. A year for another feature length film, feature length plus film in animation. I was like, that's kind of cutting it close. And then the whole writers' strike happened, and I was like, oh, we ain't seen this
It
movie
ain't
for a
happening at
while.
all.
And that junk
We're
said,
gonna shoot it.
that junk says
2026.
indefinitely. So we if we're lucky, we may see it in 2025. But it's gonna
Yeah.
that wait is gonna suck.
No, like
Boy, and I'm gonna
just
be looking like a hound for a trailer, an inkling of a trailer or a teaser.
the
I've
second it
never
drops.
been. I had never been so excited for a movie since like like the original Transformers, because I really liked Transformers growing up,
Mm.
and
It's gonna.
I did like the original Transformers like movies with Michael Bay and stuff.
Yeah.
As much fun as they get.
Beyond the Spider Verse is gonna be like how you really like Transformers. It's gonna be my Hunger Games because like I read the books and I was really excited for those movies.
Hmm.
But yeah. We ain't gonna see that till 2026. Let's be honest, because like just production.
Oh no!
Like let's be honest, because like even in recent news, there was like this content creator paid like 50K for like a 4 minute music video.
God.
So if like a 4 minute animated music video is like 50K on the small scale, imagine on the larger scale with a lot more people involved and a lot more advanced technology. So that's gonna be a lot of money. I just hope that they get their stuff together so they can pay these people correctly. Like, let's be for real, for real. Because like even though the strike ended, there's some studios that might renege on that.
Well, it's Sony, so they have absolutely no reason not to pay.
Exactly.
Right.
Spider-Man say bread and butter.
Yeah, Sony was very smart when they did that deal with Marvel. It was like, you can use Tom Holland and your little stuff, but we still retain the rights to Spider-Man. We could do whatever we want with him.
Right, Spidey over here is chilling. He's not gonna conform to Captain over there and the like. We got him. He's precious to us. Let him be.
And Sony
Please let him be.
milks the fact that they own the rights to Spider-Man in games, movies, uh, what was it, apparel, all that stuff, shows. Well, I think Marvel has rights for the TV shows, like the little animated shows, but yeah.
Ducky made a good statement in one of his recent videos. He was like, Marvel owns Spider-Man, but they don't.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. You'll catch us for next week for part 2, where we will focus on the top gaming stories of 2023 and games we played in 2023. So, thank you all for rocking with us all this time on the Sound Test Podcast, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Goodbye.
Oh wait, I don't know why I'm talking to the mic.
Yeah, your
Or
mic's
my
not
iPad.
on.
This is my iPad.
Weirdo.
Where's my mic on this thing?
All right, y'all. Peace.